With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
The question is, when small amount of an acid or an alkali is mixed with a buffer solution, then pH of the buffer solution. Now, if we talk about a buffer solution, then buffer solutions are those which resist the change in pH, right? Which resist the change in pH. So actually we have the answer in the question itself. If you know the definition of a buffer solution, you can easily answer the question, right? So basically when small amount of an acid or an alkali is added to a buffer solution, the buffer solution resists the change in pH, right? So the pH changes by a very, very small amount, right? The change in pH is very, very small, okay? It's not like the pH does not change. The pH does change, but the change in pH is very small, right? The change in pH is very small. That is what the definition of a buffer solution says. So even by just reading the question, you can answer this question, right? Now, if we talk about a buffer, we have an acidic buffer, right? An acidic buffer in which you have a weak acid, right? And its conjugate base, or you can say a salt of the weak acid and the strong base, right? And then we also have a basic buffer, right, in which we have a weak base along with the salt of this weak base along with the strong acid, or you can say the weak base and the salt of its conjugate acid. Okay, so what really happens is, for example, I have an acid, right, and I add a small amount of base to it. So what happens here is, now this is acid and we are adding small amount of base to it. So what is going to happen? Now acid is going to form its conjugate base, right, by removing H plus, whereas OH negative is going to accept H plus and going to lead to the formation of H2. It means that it is going to form a conjugate acid. So this water which is formed, it helps to neutralize the base, right? It helps to neutralize the base and does not let the change in pH go to a larger extent, right? Therefore, it neutralizes the base to an extent, and this only helps to resist the change in pH, right? So when a base is added, the pH does change, but very, very slightly. Now, similarly, when this conjugate base, when to this conjugate base an acid is added, it forms HA, right? If this is a base, then this is the conjugate acid which is formed. So on adding an acid to a base, or on adding a base to an acid, the pH is going to change, but very, very slightly, right? Therefore, the correct answer for this question is going to be option 2, because we are talking about both acid as well as the base. So we can't say it increases or decreases particularly, right? So we can say that it changes slightly. When a base is added, it can increase, and when an acid is added, it can decrease, okay? So the correct answer is option 2. That's all for the question.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.